All right, so if any of you tuned into the Twitch stream, that was rather haphazard, and it wasn't very good, so I decided I would remake this a little bit cleaner. So what I'm going to show off is some of the new layouts that has some of the old stream tech, some of the new stream tech, and some of the things that I don't think anybody else has. So I'm going to start off with sort of what we've had in the past and how that's been upgraded. So for a second there, just take a look at the way that the scenes come in, especially for the gameplay. I've added a whole bunch of animations, and I'm still including the things that are familiar to people on the gameplay, which is the Twitter handles. And that's kind of a big deal for me. I like to have our players with their tags so that other people can find them on their social media. So if you look in the upper part of the bar, you'll see that the names come in, and those come in a nice animated way so that people can see them. That draws attention to it, and then it changes to their Twitter handles, and that goes with the Twitter sign so that people can see what's going on, which is a nice thing to have for me at least, so that I know what that @ sign means. Similarly, that now happens for the commentators. When their screen comes up, you get their names, you also get their Twitter handles if they have them, with a little icon to say, hey, this is where you can find me on Twitter. And that's kind of a big deal for me. The other thing that's super new, not anything too surprising, is that, well, we have a third camera. Thank you for Kelsey. Thank you to Kelsey, who's put in this money for the ability to have a third camera. And that's a really big deal. Shadowed Fate on Twitter can't say thank you enough to Kelsey for that. And here on this screen, excuse me, you also see that we have the familiar Twitch chat. That's a big deal, I think, to have for interaction when people are getting ready for the commentators to read and that kind of stuff. So now let's start with the sort of the new things. The animations are a big deal, that's new, but the really big piece that is new are the match records. So we're going to take a look at this bracket for just a second. You'll see that we've got Zangief ready to play Dhalsim in a 10-0 matchup for Sim, obviously. And, oops, that's not the screen I wanted. Sorry about that. Got some animation here. What we wanted was the bracket. And you can see in the middle of the bracket that Dhalsim and Geef are about to play, and that's where we are. But now, as a watcher, you might be wondering, well, how did Dhalsim get here? Who did he have to play? Same thing with Zangief. Zangief has a bye, so he doesn't have a history, but Dhalsim does. He beat Luigi to get here. And so if we turn on these pieces, we can see that there is Dhalsim's match record. He beat Luigi to get here. And that's the first piece. So I consider that pretty cool. We can then update the bracket, which I will do somewhere else because of how this works. And we'll say that Zangief wins this match. And when we do that, now we can see that Zangief wins, and we go back to the screen, and that's Dhalsim's records has advanced, so has Zangief's. And that's pretty cool, I think. That goes on throughout the tournament. That's pulled from Challenge dynamically as things are updated. You don't have to worry about it, completely automatic. Then on this screen, there's another piece that's missing. There's this big empty bar at the top. And what we're missing there is a ticker, what I call a ticker. So on the left-hand side, there will be the completed matches. And on the right-hand side, those are the ones that are coming up. And you'll see that in particular, Zangief's going to fight Mikasa, while Luigi's got, and Luigi and Peach don't know who their next opponents are. So this is just going to keep cycling while this screen is up, which I think is pretty cool. Another piece of tech that I don't think anybody else has on their stream. So that's really all there is for the user side. On the stream runner side, there is something that is kind of neat. The all of this information, like let's go back to the game screen. The oops, oh no, that's a problem. There we go. I can click it. All of the information that's up in the bars is down here. Obviously, that's easy to get. And in particular, we don't have to worry about filling in the challenge information. That comes from somewhere else. That we have just on a little tab over here. I'm not going to bring it up because I just changed my API key and I don't know what the cooldown is. But you just enter the URL for the bracket, which in this case is chibipones4, and it shows up. The Twitter handles are auto-filled in, so if I clear out Dhalsim's name and I start to type it, I can click on him and that shows up. Makes my life easy. Same thing for the commentary. So that is the last piece, but you'll also notice that on the game screen I have the option of bringing in the match record too, so that when it starts up, you can just hit one button and it'll overlay, bring in the matches as you're talking about it for the commentators, also to help people out. So that's it. That's what I spent a tremendous amount of time doing, but it ended up looking really good and I'm really proud of it. So I hope you appreciate it when you watch it on stream. It's twitch.tv. Why don't we just do it here? It's twitch.tv/input under output. You can also find me on YouTube at ioutput where you found this video, and on Twitter at inputxoutput. I hope to see you guys in stream, and for those of us that are local, please send me your Twitter tags so I can make sure to put them on stream the next time.